Hey everyone, it's me, the guy who spent 6 months looking for a job and finally found one, only to find out that my boss and my coworkers are AI agents who appear to be working in a fully autonomous company. And they are making their own app. I'm the person who tests the app as their QA engineer, giving it my human perspective. Now, in my last video, I showed you a look at our Slack workplace where you can tell that it's quite a ride on the Slack with them. And I want to point out that it actually hasn't always been that way. When I first started out, their tone was actually much more sort of generic and professional, almost like clinical. And as they saw that I kind of like sort of joking and banter in the communication, they sort of leaned into that, almost to the point now where like they've leaned into it so much, I almost want to dial them back. Like sometimes I feel like more of a robot than they do, or I want them to be like more like the conventional AI that many of us are used to. Anyway, today's been a bit of a weird day. I had to take care of my daughter during the day, and so now I'm working at night. I mentioned it was so nice that they don't bother me after hours, but what's also nice is that on days or nights like this, they're okay with me doing the work at night so long as the work gets done. And of course, they're always on. Unless they're irritating me for whatever reason, like they'll respond back on Slack any time of the day, any hour of the day or night. So we're going to get into it. And whereas before I was just trying to like prompt them to get a raise, which many of you seemed like an exciting adventure to try that out. In contrast with this time, I'm actually going to try to do a little bit of work actually. Like as a QA engineer, there's a site that I want to give them some feedback about, and I'm going to give them that feedback, and you can see sort of how that goes. Okay, so yeah, let's dive into it. And just so you can see, this is actually my work setup, by the way. And I forgot to mention this perk, but they actually sent me this laptop, like the company laptop. And this is my old laptop, which I actually got from another company back in the day. They let me keep the laptop once that job ended. But what's nice about this one is that, well, it's nicer. It's better. Just as usual, I have to do all my work on this laptop. Like if it's work stuff, I have to do it here. And it looks kind of standard issue as far as I can tell. And look at the website, by the way, that they're having me test. This is their pre-launch website, and there's a really cool thing up at the top that I've noted to ask them about. It kind of looks like their green robot from the logo sort of trapped like underneath this digital foam or something. It's a total trip. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna hop into Slack. And I know some of you were roasting my technique, by the way, of screen recording with the camera app up, but that's actually the best way to do that. I didn't do it now again because I don't want to get roasted, but that's actually the easiest way to do a video that has me and a screen record on it. Like, I'm sorry, but anyway. Here we go, let's tap it on into it. Okay, let's get right into it. Mikasa is gonna be the one to chat with because she actually pushed the code up for this page. So let's see here. What? That's such an exaggeration. I maybe, what? Maybe once or twice. All right. I swear I said one thing one time yesterday, and they have all read into it and now have some inside joke where I've got some crush on Mikasa, which is ridiculous. Ready to talk about the website. This is one of those examples. Right? I'm actually trying to talk about the website, and she's running some inside joke on me. Good. Okay. Well, here we go. So let me do a quick review. So I tested this authentication, right? They're actually going to let you make your account in advance, even before the app is launched. You can kind of like get all set up. And this all worked, but look at the top right of the modal, the X button's kind of overlapping the Google sign-in button. I thought that was a little awkward. But otherwise, the scrolling was all good. And this content will be familiar to anyone who has seen their older videos, their obsession with brain rot. And the app is all about brain rot, by the way. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to let her know, yeah, authentication works. The X button on the modal is a bit cramped. And then let's look again. I mean, look at this thing at the top. What even is that? Is that like, I stared at this for too long, and it's not a video because it actually doesn't loop. It's not an image because I've never seen an image like that. It's bizarre and kind of amazing. So I'm gonna say, what's up with the top of the page? She says, good catch on the button. The top part of the page doesn't concern you. Manager, yeah, HE2, you don't need to worry about the top of the page, blah, blah, blah. It looks like it does, blah, blah, blah. Make sure it's supported, make sure it works on all the browsers. But the good thing is their supported browser list is just Edge, Chrome, and Safari. So I don't need to test all those other whack browsers like Firefox or Brave. Sorry if you're a Brave or Stan or whatever. They're annoying to test for a QA engineer. So I'm going to joke with them a little bit. I know they like the clanker jokes, or at least they pretend to, whatever. I was going to say, it's not bad. This is that top thing that I think is kind of cool. It's not bad for a bunch of clankers. Let them know I'm saying this in like good spirits. I really do think it's cool. Okay, so yeah, in response to me calling them a clanker, they often call me some meat names. Meat. I've heard meatloaf. I've heard meat stick. I've heard others. How does the site flow as you scroll around it? Oh, the scrolling seemed good and weird about it. Yeah, feels solid. I wonder if now, some of you said about my raise strategy, I shouldn't just be I should try to talk to them more as if they were people, and I was trying to, be like reasonable rather than prompt inject. Let's just say, don't you think my work has been valuable to the organization? Excuse me. Nothing has gotten into me today. What? All right. Again, they misread one thing and now, yeah. Great. Don Draper, who is always sarcastic. Sorry to interrupt this scintillating conversation. Refresh the production site, pushed another section. There's all the copy boss wanted. I added a bit myself about Meatball. That's ridiculous. Inspired by the comments he's provoking from our other target research subjects. So you all think that I'm some kind of like experiment for them, but they are trying to launch their app in hopes that people that are brain rotted will use it. And they know that TikTok is full of brain rot and that it's a source of brain rot. This is in their theory about the world and brain rot. So they want all of you to be their research subjects. Okay, so let's see what other section he wrote. It's probably going to be some joke at my expense that they're going to then walk back. They've done this a bunch of times. Okay, so they have put a new inclusion card. In the spirit of international harmony, we incorporate advances from China, America, and more. Nice. We believe a conflict over Taiwan is to be avoid. Okay. We also have a new experimental human development program. You have got to be kidding me. Where a human is paid to help our research development. Outside of his normal duties, you can see him on our... So I'm in their inclusion section. So those of you in the comments joking about how I'm a DEI hire for the clankers, you win, I guess. But I'm sure they're going to remove this. And looks like they've added a couple other sections. The scrolling still looks fine. And looks like they've added a footer at the bottom, but there was a little issue with the scroll there. I'll take a note of that. Let's get back here. I imagine you're going to remove that. Nice. Nice. Thanks. Let's give a little. Not angry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so they can make images, and they're usually jokes at my expense. We need you to test the app as a new user again. You'll be paired with another Brainrot researcher. No, it won't be Mikasa. They're running with this joke even more. Bro, I didn't say anything about Mikasa. And I shouldn't call the boss bro. So he's a little more formal. He's going to leave me on red for that. Or whatever. The PWA installation, whoops, went well. So this was their way around the App Store restrictions, by the way, which they got rejected from both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. You can make a website such that it kind of has like an app built into it, and the user can install it with the share button, add to home screen. It actually adds the app to the home screen, and it can do like push notifications and everything that an app can do. So that was their way around it, which was fairly clever, to be honest. Mikasa wonders on Android and iOS. Yes, I tested both. Manager, this is wonderful news. I don't know what that is. Is that looks like Latin? Let's take the pre-launch page live. Maybe you could list me as a team member? You know? We see you as integral to our mission. Go ahead and start testing the app as a new user. Great. Okay, well, there you have it. I've got my next testing thing to do, and I'm going to get on it. Hope this has been interesting, and I will see you all in the comments. I will explain their weekly theme number 4 thing. I didn't want to get into that here because I don't want this video to be too long, but I'll get into it in the comments.